In this episode of Getting Geeky with Game Relief, I am joined by Steve, Proxy, my dad, to talk all about fantasy,
cartography,
100 plus
modular,
dungeon room. This episode of Getting Geeky with Game Relief is proudly powered by LunaTix, Star Trackers, Solar System, Lunar Lander, an educational
and strategic
board game that combines real
astronomy
and historical space navigation. Contains a real star map.
You can play this game on Tabletopia. Try it before you buy it.
It ends on Monday, February 18th.
That's how long it'll be on Kickstarter. And
then stay tuned for tomorrow's episode when my dad interviews the creator of this game. This episode of Game Relief
is proudly powered by Fantasy Cartography, 100 plus modular dungeon rooms, which is on Kickstarter through Monday, the 21st of January at 12:24 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. If you back this, you like what you hear and you back it, make sure you put a note in the comments that says, Getting Geeky with Game Relief sent you over.
Hey, keep listening to hear my chat with Steve.
This episode of Getting Geeky with Game Relief is proudly being powered by Syther Gaming's Overbattle, which is launching to Kickstarter on the 19th of March. It's a tabletop space warfare 4X refined game. You can go to their Facebook page from our link in the show notes, and you can check it out there.
This episode of Getting Geeky with Game Relief is also proudly be powered by Snakes and Skulls, Freeblades, Fantasy Miniatures,
Chakram Wavestalkers and Kandorian Deathmasters for
the Freeblades 32 millimeter fantasy
skirmish game,
and it is past its goal. It's 1,000 past its goal, and it ends on January 22nd this year. This episode of Getting Geeky with Game Relief is also proudly being powered by Sanctum, a set collector card game of secret societies. Be the first to reach the 7th level and earn the right to enter the inner
Sanctum.
It ends on January the 24th at 8, and it's only $16. This episode of Getting Geeky with Game Relief is also proudly being powered by Born to Serve, a superpowered game of table service. A tabletop game for 2 to 5 jobless superheroes compete for the last job in town at a local restaurant. It goes through Thursday, the end of this month. My dad has Diane on the show yesterday. Go listen to yesterday's episode.
Getting Geeky with Gamer Leaf, the podcast in which one man strives to level up his geekhood and helping you do the same, one battle at a time. Now, let's get geeky with Gamer Leaf.
You made it this far. You should be commended. Now, as a special treat, Steve has promised any of my listeners, if you back this project and comment on the Kickstarter page a special code, you will be given a special prize by Steve himself. Go ahead and in the comments of this Kickstarter page, go ahead and type Devil911. That's DEVIL 911. Those are the numerals. So go to and get that special prize from Steve and keep listening to find out more about Steve and what's behind this creation of maps. We now join Game Relief, supposedly, as well as Steve's Proxy in this interview already in progress.
Now, let's get geeky with Gamer Leaf.
Welcome to Getting Geeky with Gamer Leaf. Today, I'm joined by my dad acting as Proxy for Steve, the creator of Cartography 100 plus
Modular
dungeon rooms. So how are you feeling, Dad, also known as Steve?
I'm doing okay. What about yourself, Gamer Leaf, also known as Princess Leaf?
Good. Steve, thanks for allowing us to share your success through sharing what we see as super contact. We're excited you decided to allow us to serve you. We look forward to this. Before we get into talking about your campaign, let's rewind a little bit. How did you start in the world of tabletop board games and or RPGs?
Well, Gamer Leaf, that's a good question. I started to play Warhammer in school when I was 13 here in Montreal. Played during our long 1.5 hour lunch times and was hooked in the first 10 minutes or so. I moved 30 minutes away from Montreal 2 months after, made some new friends there, and they played D&D 2nd edition. They introduced me to the rest of the group. Played one game with them and still play today. With the same friends, it's been 30 years now.
What is your current favorite RPG?
Well, I like D&D 2nd edition more than any others, but I played 5th edition also. I loved GURPS, Star Wars, Marvel, and Heroes. I just love almost any RPG. Big fan of fantasy.
What would be the one thing that you would do to enhance the game?
You mean to enhance? Well, I am well-rounded artist. I draw good, got a lot of Photoshop skills, but mostly map skills, and also 3D skills. I think that this is why my players love me as a GM. They have the most prepared GM all the time. Pictures, maps, and narration. I like to make game aids to supply GMs like myself who misses time to create the game they would love. Life's hard sometimes, and you wish you had more time to prepare yourself. So that's where my stuff comes in handy.
Word on the street is you have a new project on Kickstarter. What can you tell us about Fantasy Cartography 100 plus modular dungeon rooms?
Oh, you mean my Fantasy Cartography 100 plus modular dungeon rooms, Gamer Leaf?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, well, just like I told you, I like to create stuff that saves time. The modular rooms are already alive with tons of detail for every room, and we have rooms, 100 and more of them. You just need to print them out or assemble them in your favorite program or import them in your VTT as you wish. But it's a real time saver with beautiful graphics. If you want to impress your players with mind-blowing maps, I think that you need this. A heck of a bargain. Over 700 hours of work in there.
In creating a map for RPGs, do you have to do any playtesting?
Nope. They are always versatile. They can be used and reused over and over again. You don't have to playtest a map. It's not like an adventure module. It's just superb graphics, and just by looking at it, sometimes it can create a story by itself. Very inspiring, I would say.
When it comes to Fantasy Cartography 100 plus modular dungeon rooms, what are you most proud of?
Well, when it comes to my Fantasy Cartography 100 plus modular dungeon rooms, I'm most proud of the level of details for sure. I always imagine myself in it, like in a 3D mode. I close my eyes, imagine what should be in the room, then mark all the details down. After that, the idea is created. I can start mapping, but the most important things for me are the many details and the color theme. My maps always have the smallest details in them.
With all the game projects on Kickstarter, what makes your maps pop or stand out of one of my audience goes to check them out, then back if they like what they see?
Well, Game Relief, I would say that the quality, all 300 DPI, and the lightings, yes, shadow and lights, is what a map need to stand out of the lot. Go take a look at them. You will see what I'm talking about, Game Relief.
8 is coming to your hometown to stalk you. How can they keep up with you?
I have a website, which I am still working on. I am on DriveThruRPG. Map Alchemist is the name. Also on Patreon as Super Captain. And on the Map Forge website, also as Map Alchemist. And on Facebook, again, Map Alchemist. I am very active on Facebook.
Speaking of keeping up with you, what next?
Oh, what's next? My secret, Not sure. Might be maps, art packs, dungeon cards, a book of monsters. I don't know. To be honest, I have so many ideas written in my book. It could be just about anything, Game Relief.
Well, thanks for being on the show, Steve.
You're welcome, Game Relief. I'm so glad you had me on Getting Geeky with Game Relief.
Now, we'll go to Kickstarter Corner.
What is this place? What is it doing here in the Leaves computer? Oh, it's Kickstarter Corner with the Leaves.
I've got a special treat for you. Guess who's in the house today for Kickstarter Corner?
Batterina Leaf.
Batterina Leaf? Who's Batterina Leaf?
Me, your youngest child.
Oh, my youngest child. You're talking about the person who used to be formerly known as Queen Leaf, am I right? Oh, okay, good. How you doing, Batterina Leaf? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Well, we're talking about Snakes and Skulls, Freeblades fantasy miniature game. It's Chakram Wavestalkers and Ganorian Deathmasters for the Freeblades 32mm fantasy skirmish game.
But what's that? And so can we interview Smash Brothers?
You want to interview Smash Brothers? What character would you interview on Smash Brothers?
Ganondorf or Robin. Actually, both of those two that I just said.
Ganondorf and Robin. Well, that's interesting. What about these? Would you interview any of these? Look at these miniatures on Freeblades fantasy miniatures.
Look kind of scary.
Yeah, so they have a lady or a guy that's like half a snake. And then look, they have some alligators. These guys would be cool to play Smash Brothers with, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
They got a snake. What else do they have? What's that guy?
Eagle?
There's like an eagle or something. And I like this guy. He's like a lizard guy. And what's that?
That's a dinosaur.
Yeah, that's a dinosaur. You know what these remind me of? They remind me of cartoons when I was a kid. Do you believe that? That I was a kid once?
That was so funny.
Yeah, that is kind of funny, huh? I'm pretty old, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, the next game. Look at this one. It's called Chicken Time Warp.
Chickens?
Yeah, it's a time travel card game about chicken scientists who fight over who gets to escape the endless time vortex. How many days are left on this one?
9.
9 what?
9 days.
Oh yeah, 9 days left. So you should definitely check out Chicken Time Warp. This game is 100% funded and there's still 9 days to go. Do you know why I like this one?
No.
Well, I like it because it reminds me of my favorite movie, Back to the Future. But there's chickens. You believe that?
Sorry, I just don't like Back from the Future.
You don't like Back from the Future, but would you like to play a game with chickens, though, and time warps?
No. That would be funny.
It looks like a funny...
Funny.
It looks like a funny game. It's pretty cool. Do you know who Princess Leaf interviewed today? Steve. Or myself. To talk all... Yeah.
I thought you were Gamer Leaf.
I am Gamer Leaf, but today I was proxy for Steve and the Fantasy Cartography 100 plus modular dungeon rooms. The biggest fantasy map age so far. Modular Rooms Part 2. This helps people who are dungeon masters make rooms to play their games on.
I'm gonna still call you Gamer Leaf.
Not Steve?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, look at this game. It's called Fences.
A tiling game?
Yeah, Fences, a tile laying game. It's a family-friendly farming game. What kind of animals are in this Fences game?
Sheep, pigs, dogs, cows.
Yeah, cows and sheep and pigs. It's a pretty cool game. We should play it sometime. But I had the privilege of talking to Adam from Bearded Board Games, and you can find that in update 7, Have You Heard, where I sit down with Steve.
Who's Adam?
With Adam. Adam was the creator of Fences, a tile-laying game, which has funded on Kickstarter, and there's still...
9 days?
No, 6 days to go, silly. So check out Fences, a tile-laying game.
You mean 100 days?
No, I mean 6.
You still mean 10.
Now you're just being silly. Next is We're Not Wizards. This is a podcast about...
And it's 100 days to go.
100 days to go. It's called We're Not Wizards, Tabletop Podcast Gluten-Free Biscuit Fund. It's a tabletop podcast with interviews, chat, Scottish people, and no wizards. Some wizards possibly. And we need gluten-free biscuits. Last I checked, they were 251% funded.
Gluten-free biscuits with the Leafs computer.
Yeah, gluten-free biscuits with the Leafs computer on We're Not Wizards, Tabletop Podcast.
You mean Kickstarter Corner?
No, I mean We're Not Wizards podcast. I actually had Richard on the show, and you can find that in the update number 7.
I'm making a Leaf songs. It's Kickstarter Corner with the aerial computer.
Oh boy. Well, you should definitely check this. If you like podcasts, you should definitely check out Richard's. It can be found on your favorite podcast catchers. And you can hear me sit down with Richard. Go to update number 7 on his Kickstarter page. And he talks about being a guest on Getting Geeky with Game Relief.
Wait, first, Ariel.
Who's
Then-
Ariel?
I don't know, I'm just saying Ariel.
Maybe they should have never let you come on Kickstarter Corner, do you think?
No!
You liked it?
Then I wouldn't be with you,
Oh yeah,
Daddy.
Yeah, then you can be with Daddy. Well, thank you so much, Batterina Leaf, for joining us on Kickstarter Corner. I hope you'll come back soon.
Bye, guys.
Get geeky.
And stay on the dance floor.
And stay geeky and bring...
Others to the dance floor.
Or the geekfold, especially if you're not into dancing. Gamer Leaf and...
Batterina Leaf out.
Gamer Leaf levels up. Tune in next week to see if Gamer Leaf's luck holds up.